What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, taking a look at a triple shadow climb team for the Element Remix Cup. As these are my climbs from the first day that I ran it, but I've continued to run it. I'm actually in the 3400s right now. I'll probably post a screenshot on my Twitter after the leaderboard comes out today. So if you want to check there for verification purposes, it's there. This team's been really solid for me every day that I have played it. I have climbed. And it does use a little bit of a unique moveset. I do have Shadow Chikorita with Tackle, so it's a little bit of a break from the monotony, which is nice. We really have 3 grass type answers, which is super nice considering that's technically a third of the meta. But we're going to go ahead and jump on into some of these battles. Go ahead and leave that like. Let's get it going. All right, so we had a positive lead with, I think it was their Bulbasaur, and then they swap out into Vulpix. My only real answer for Vulpix is my Vulpix. You're going to notice I don't shield my Vulpix hardly ever, but we're going to go for the Body Slam here. We do get the second shield from my opponent, and at this point, my Tackle Chikorita can come in here. We make it to the Body Slam, and we end up losing CMP. I shouldn't have thrown it. I thought that Chikorita would win CMP, so a little bit of a misplay on my part, but that's okay. We can still take out this Vulpix. That way we don't have to worry about it against my Bulbasaur. And we do have a shield advantage. So in comes their Bulbasaur. This is where Tackle was really nice. We're chipping away at it versus the Vine Whip version, which would be double resisted. So we're going to be able to throw this Body Slam. It takes out the Bulbasaur. And at this point, they just top left. That's going to be GG's. Hopefully, Tackle Chikorita. I ran into somebody running it. I was like, man, that's genius. That's genius. I have to try it out. And it's been super solid as a safe swap. Now, there are a lot of, Jupiter out there. And Jupiter does win against Chikorita because it's doing super effective with the bug bites. But, you know, we'll take a look at some of those videos. Up against Dan Ottawa here. So Dan did have a Shadow Wooper lead and is hard countering me on the safe swap. Now, I had played against the Shadow Vulpix, and that's the reason that I shielded the first one here. Because I was like, yeah, I've played against a Vulpix. I won switch by shielding twice. Regular Vulpix, you can't do that though. It's only the Shadow. So I am going to be able to claim both shields. I have shields down, which my Shadow Bulbasaur is really good with shields down, especially if it can get just a slight energy lead. So it's not horrible. I will get a nice quick attack down here as well and leave with a move, but I will have to eat a Body Slam, which will put my Vulpix fairly low. I'm going to be ready to swap immediately, knowing that Wooper's coming back in, and in the back it's going to be a Dupiter. It's Dupiter. I'm pretty sure it's Dupiter. Because like spider, right? Anyways, I go for the Sledge Bomb. According to PV Poke, that's the play. I think it's IV dependent though, because of they live with like 1 HP here and take me out with the Miracle. So I get the quick attack down. Not going to be able to pull up this window. I could have won, and here's how. If you have 1 Vine Whip energy lead on Shadow Bulbasaur, you can get to 2 Seed Bombs against Dupiter and make sure you get that KO. And then I would have been able to do a ton of damage with the Vine Whips, forcing the Wooper to throw. So it was still a winnable matchup, but GG's Dan, always good to battle. All right, into the next one, up against a Seal lead. I lure out the Slugma. Beautiful, beautiful. So we are doing neutral with all of our with our tackles and neutral with the Body Slam. So we go ahead and grab a shield with the first Body Slam. They do throw right before I make it to the next Body Slam, but I figure I can go ahead and take both shields from my opponent. Again, Shadow Bulbasaur just so good if we can get shields down from my opponent. So we're going to be going for the next Body Slam here. However, they do decide to let it go, which is still good because now I'm able to align my Bulbasaur onto their Seal. However, Seal could come in and get a farm down. Instead, we do see the third. It's going to be, again, a Dupiter, right? Very common in this cup. I go for the Body Slam there in case they were trying to catch, but instead they throw the Bubble Beam. I'm expecting them to swap immediately after this, so I swap as well. I'm able to put my Bulbasaur onto their Seal. I throw after 6 Vine Whips. It looked like this was CMP. So we'll see if they want to throw up a shield here. They do. Perfect. Their shields are down. I can shield this up. And even if it's an Aqua Tail bait, we're going to be able to outpace. And it is an Icy Wind. That's perfectly fine. It's not going to drop my attack so much that 1 Seed Bomb won't take out. So again, going to be doing, I think I do 5 Vine Whips there. I could have done 1 more, but I didn't want them to even throw the Aqua Tail. So we're going to take them out. And at this point, all we got to do is make it to a Seed Bomb against this Dupiter. And we have a Weather Ball banked on our Vulpix. So it should be enough. So yeah, Seed Bomb puts them into the yellow, and Weather Ball will be for sure enough. Do you need the Shadow versions of all these if you want to run this team? I would argue that Chikorita is the most important. Because again, against like Shadow Vulpix, you can just tackle all the way down. And you don't want to give a Dewpider extra farm, to be honest. So yeah, very, very important for the Chikorita. Vulpix, I prefer the Shadow. I think the Shadow is better in this cup, but I don't know that you need it for this team. And same thing for Bulbasaur. The regular one still hits very hard with Sludge Bomb. Alright, so here we are, Vulpix Mirror. Again, I don't shield my Vulpix a lot. They do catch here onto their seal, which is perfectly fine. It's actually really good for me. It's actually really good, and you're going to see why. I'm going to come in here with my Bulbasaur, and I'm not going to throw. I'm just going to farm down. And here's the reason. If I throw, they have a Vulpix that has a Weather Ball ready to go. They're just going to waste all my HP. But if I farm all the way down, I'm going to win CMP against that Vulpix. I'm going to be able to grab a shield. At worst, at best, I'm going to KO, and actually I'm one off the double Sludge Bomb, so I could shield once and get to the other one. So they let it go, trying to call the bait. It was really their only win con because they have a Wooper in the back. So GG's, well played. Into the next one, up against a Piplup lead. I actually think Piplup's pretty underrated for this cup because it does have access to Icy Wind. It gets there fairly quickly. But anyways, they're going to be still hard countering me with the Vulpix swap in. Again, this is a regular Vulpix, and this one is running Ember, but since we're running Tackle, we're going to be able to grab a shield from this Vulpix, which is really nice. And they actually end up throwing, I mean, people don't know Tackle counts, right? But it's a Lick clone, so just think of Snorlax whenever you're in that battle. That gave me a pretty big advantage, though, because at this point, I can go ahead and throw up one shield, and I can just quick attack all the way down, and I'll leave with so much energy. And in the Little Cup, having loaded energy is just crazy good. Because of one neutral charge attack, you're going to see it right here. It's going to be doing over 50% to most Pokemon. Yeah, put some like far into the yellow. We come in with Bulbasaur. At this point, I can Vine Whip down. They do make it to a charge move. I assume this is the Icy Wind. I will respect it. And it is the Icy Wind. So we are down shields. However, we do have the energy lead. I can just go for the Sludge Bomb here against Chikorita. We've already seen Vulpix does win CMP against Chikorita, and I have a Weather Ball stored, so they had no win con there. They let it go. GG's. All right, into the next one. Vulpix into Seal. So not the greatest lead. This is the one, yeah. So this is the most common team that you'll see, right? It's going to be Vulpix in the back. You've seen it, I'm sure. If you played Element Cup Remix, I just realized I have the wrong logo down here. It's fine, right? Y'all know what you're watching. So I've included two battles with this team because this opponent plays it a little bit funny, but I wanted to include it because of they do make a good play at some point. But yeah, here we get the second shield. Most people are not going to double shield their Dewpider. It does mean I'm for sure eating this Bubble Beam, but they're going to reach the Bubble Beam regardless. So I can farm up a little bit extra here and I can go for the Weather Ball. Maybe I should have gone for the Body Slam because they make this really nice catch here. I wasn't sure the Body Slam would have been enough. Weather Ball does do a little bit more since it is stab. Yeah, so it makes it a little bit awkward. Now they threw quickly here. I didn't think they were quite at the Icy Wind, but I did respect it. I'm going to just commit to the farm down. I will have to give up my second shield. This is only going to be another Aqua Tail. Another Aqua Tail, but we're leaving with like a ton of energy. If Dewpider comes back in, all we gotta do is throw a Seed Bomb, and then we're gonna still have a Sludge Bomb ready to go for whatever's in the back. And Sludge Bomb one-shots almost anything in this meta. And it's gonna be a Shadow Vulpix. So yeah, this easily going to one-shot, and that's gonna be GG's. Yeah, just give Bulbasaur energy, and that thing goes crazy. Into the next one, Wooper lead. So let's see if I can overcome it this time. Yeah, so Dewpider swap in again. Big surprise. Going for the Body Slam. Will we get a shield? You already know it. Like I honestly have not had a single Body Slam. The first one go unshielded. So we're throwing here Bubble Beam. I'll survive. Just barely. We're gonna get this next Body Slam off, which does some nice chip damage, puts them in quick attack down range. We will have to still eat one Bubble Beam here on Vulpix, but that just means I get a little bit extra farm and I'll have more energy to threaten that Wooper late game. So yeah, I'm going to quick attack all the way down here. Almost at back-to-back body slams. Going to get out of here as quickly as possible. In the back, it is Vulpix. So I guess I was wrong. I didn't show the exact same team. Because this one had honestly a worse lead for Vulpix. But since we have shield advantage, we can just go straight Sludge Bomb here. We'll make it to 2 Sludge Bombs before they make it to 3 Weather Balls. I guess it's a pretty safe bait if you want to bait with the C-Bomb just so you're taking less quick attack damage. But there's really no reason to. Like you can see, I was able to even overfarm here. And I'm going to be throwing the Sludge Bomb. I could have done one more Vine Whip, to be honest. And at this point, I got 2 Body Slams ready to go on Vulpix, so they can't really throw their energy. I'm just going to make it to the C-Bomb. And that's going to be a GG's. Well played. Yeah, so Wooper, same backline though. Alright, so we got one more battle. I forgot to edit out this little, there we go. Skipping on ahead to it. Shadow Vulpix into Shadow Vulpix. Now, I learned this matchup's different than the regular Vulpix the hard way. We will not survive a body slam enough to get to a second one. So if they stayed in there, yeah, I'd want to throw one. I'd still eat it and then I'd swap out. But they actually swap out into Lil Leap, which I love Lil Leap. If you've been around this channel, you know I've been singing Lil Leap's praises for forever. They got the Shadow version. And since Ancient Power got buffed this season, this thing's even more crazy. Look at this. Nearly takes out, like, it puts me in infestation down. I'm used to running Lil Leap, the normal version, and of course, mostly before the Ancient Power buff. And so I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Anyways, if I come in here, I'm taking super effective from infestations. I'm just relying on Vulpix at this point. They come in with their own Vulpix here. I'm like, okay, I'll throw up a shield. I'm gonna throw the body slam here. This will be doing some nice neutral damage, putting them fairly low. And now I can come in with my own Vulpix and just quick attack down. Luckily, they don't get to another charge move. They're gonna be coming back in either the seal. Yeah, I like the seal, right? Yeah. So here's the seal. We're going to be throwing the first body slam. I know their switch clock isn't up yet, so I wanted to throw this first body slam pretty quickly. I know that their win con at this point is to catch. So they're going to be throwing their charge move here, and I know their switch clock should be up. If not now, very soon. So I'm not going to throw immediately. I'm going to wait for that catch. And at this point, I got the back-to-back body slams. Game's over. So GG's. Well played. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. I've loved this team. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. Let me know if you've reached your season goals as well. If you have any questions about this team, let me know. I'm happy to help. I will be visiting family next couple days, but I will be keeping up with comments the best that I can. All right, that's going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my channel members for your support. And until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.